I am the Red Oracle. 1111. Talk about the shit that nobody talks about. I know y'all getting ready to go to church. I see y'all sleeping in. How are we doing today? On a Sunday, on this nice day. It's looking lovely out here. I'm gonna be talking about what people do on this day. That's just so crazy. How we doing today? How all my light workers, my light beings, my soul tribe, divine goddesses, divine gods, how are y'all doing today? It's beautiful today. You know, I was out yesterday. Yesterday was lovely, y'all. Everybody was out. Everybody and their mama, the animals, everybody was out. It was just like, oh my gosh. How we doing today? Morning, grand rising. How we doing today? I hope y'all shining your light bright. Hope y'all starting your day blessed and happy with everything you have. Remember I said when you wake up, embrace yourself, love yourself, tell yourself how much you love yourself. Tell your loved one how much you love them, how much you appreciate them, how much you love them. You know, in this world we lack giving love to one another. We must be giving love to everything. Y'all give more love to the damn animals than y'all do to people. Let's switch that. Or make it even. I mean, y'all love the dogs better than y'all do your people, your own kids. Let's go. You know, one day I was walking around in the park and the lady had a nice stroller. And I was like, damn, that stroller's nice. I walk up to the stroller to see what the name was. And I'm like, let me see the baby. She pulled that thing down and there was a dog. I said, what the fuck? That stroller's damn near $500. For a dog? She said, that's my baby. I said, you don't have no kids? She said, I do. I said, I hope you spending $500 worth of stuff for the kids. No, this is special for the dog. I said, yo, you know, we got it twisted, y'all. It is nice to love the animals and be humane, you know. But that love is so crazy because a lot of people don't know how to love. But they love the shit out of their dogs. They love their dogs. You can't tell them shit about their dogs. And I'm like, that love right there that you're giving to the dog, like, you know what the dog want before the dog say anything. You should be like that with your kids, your man, your family, everybody. You should be like that. Like, you have 6 cents for the dog, but you don't have 6 cents for your kids. 6 cents for your kids to understand what's going on, how they feeling, how they vibing, how their day is today. First thing when you wake up, you looking for the dog looking for you. What happened to the rest of the fucking family? What happened to the rest of the family? Then you wonder why everybody hate the damn dog. The dog is getting more privilege than anything else. We need to spread that love around, y'all. Spread it. Stop just giving love to these animals. Yes, the animals need love. So do the trees. So does the sun, the earth. Mother Gaia needs love more, y'all. We have done her so wrong. And y'all need to stop litter, y'all. The litter's just ridiculous. Like, come on. There be a garbage bin right there. And it's mostly the young ones I see. They finish with the water bottle, they just toss it. Fish eating, they just toss it. Like, stop. We want the world, the environment to be clean. It starts with us. That garbage didn't just get here by, you know, it just flew there. Nah, it's from y'all. Put the stuff in the garbage, y'all. Make the world a better place. Make it nice. We don't clean up, we can't get nothing else. And you know, Mother Nature with the parks and all of that, we got to keep all of that up. It's us that got to do it. It's not the workers in the park. You drinking your water, you finish your water. There's bins all over. Put the stuff in the trash, y'all. I seen a couple have a picnic. They left everything there. And I was like, what the fuck? Y'all think y'all got room service up in this bitch? This is a park. It's a park. So what, they got workers to clean? That's not for you to just leave your garbage. Like, have some respect. Courtesy, y'all. You know? I see y'all getting better with curbing on your dogs, though, because shit was all over the place, yo. It was ridiculous. I was like, y'all take the dog out to shit, and it's shitting all over the place? Like, what's wrong with y'all? And y'all don't pick up the shit. What you think is going to disintegrate into the sidewalk or the street, yo? Disrespectful. And you know how karma gets you back? Because you're going to be the same one to step in the shit with your new kicks, and you wonder why. That's karma, boo-boo. You know, the universe is quiet, but the universe, it get back at you. There's signals, there's numbers, synchronicity. She lets you know what's good and what's not. Good morning, everyone. I see y'all not in church. Y'all hanging. Or y'all on your way. Let's talk about this good day that everybody, I call it the reunion for the churches, guys. Because that's the only time you see everybody in church, y'all. Easter is the only time you see the whole village, everybody's in church. Why? You know, y'all got it twisted. I say when you wake up, you're supposed to speak to God. When you wake up, that's the first thing you call divine, source, universe, infinite intelligence, higher self, higher conscience, whoever you believe or whatever you call it. Before you put your feet on the floor, you should be giving praise of who you are, what you have accomplished, and thank God for all the tests, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that happened to you. It's not fucked up. It happened for a reason. You know, it happened for a reason. A lot of people take it as my life is fucked up, I have bad luck. Nah, you ain't got none of that shit. It's called divine intervention. And the universe is a part of it. The universe is always listening to every fucked up shit you do, everything that you go through. And when you don't learn your lesson, you just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until you get that shit right. So you learn to pull back and be like, what the fuck is going on? I'm in the twilight zone. But my thing is, when you wake up, give thanks, give praise. And not only for the good stuff, for the bad stuff too, y'all. You know, people sit there and they want to talk about, oh, but this is not going right, that's not going right. Sometimes you got to pull yourself back and look to see, did I do that shit? What am I doing wrong for me to be in this rut? Why? Why am I going through so much bullshit? Why am I in a fucked up relationship that I really don't give two damns about? Why am I still sitting here? Why? Is it worth it? Do I really want to be in this job? You know, a lot of us, we were put in a family that we don't give two fucks about. But there's a reason for everything. You know, I was the black sheep of the family. Everybody wore black hair. I was like, fuck that, I'm wearing red hair. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. I was like, I'm not gonna be like everybody else. You know, they go to the left, I go to the right. Like, damn. But what we failed to realize is we were put in these families, y'all, to break generational curses. We are the trailblazers. We are the ones that have the light in the family. So stop looking at yourself and beating yourself up like, oh, I don't get along with my family. My family's not here. I can't stand them. I don't know why. Nah. You were there to fix the fucking family, to fix the generation, the lineage, break the curses, yo. You are the strong arm in the family. That's what you were there for. They don't tell you this because they don't want you to wake the fuck up and break the curses. They want you entrapped, stuck, bounded, and not happy. It's time. 2025. Everyone that's from the light need to be of the light. You know, on this day, this Sundays, which really the Sabbath day is on Saturday, but that's another story. Y'all go to these corporations and y'all praise. It's nice to praise, y'all. It is lovely. I love the choir. I can't go to church without a choir. It's nice to hear the word, but there's so many versions, you know. People take it and analyze it to what they think it is. And you know, you could take what resonates to you and not take. Sometimes you get there and you be like, what the hell is he talking about? I came out of bed for this. And it was crazy too, because one time I did go to church with my daughter. We were early, we tired. And they get up on the pulpit and talk, and my daughter's like, what is he talking about? I wasted my time coming here. She looked at me, I was in tears. She was like, I said, he talking to me? I needed to hear this word. I said, thank you so much for bringing me. Sometimes it's not for you, for the person that you brought to church or whoever. But you know, you don't have to talk to God to go to the building to talk to him, to get the praise, to get the anointment, to get the love. The way I'm talking to you, that's how you should be talking about to God every single day. When you come out of that bed, when you open your eyes, first thing you should do is you praising him right there. You don't have to get dressed, brush your teeth, and be all glitz and glamour to say how much you appreciate the universe, source, infinite intelligence. That's not how it goes. You gotta be on your P's and Q's from the beginning. From the time that you wake up, that he understands that he's priority. You know, we go to church this one time out of the year and think, oh, we're going to heaven. We good. I did my one time. I did my tithes. I praise God. Nah. It should be every day. Just like Mother's Day should be every day. Father's Day should be every day. It should not have to be one day that we praising somebody. Every day, everybody should get praise. Everybody should get unconditional love. Infinite love. Every day. Why? Because that's the highest vibration in the world, in the universe. That's the highest frequency ever. You know, we get so bamboozled with these worldly laws and these worldly doctrines that, oh, you got to give this money, you got to give that money. Source, God, infinite intelligence don't need money. What is money? Money is energy. That's not what Source is looking for. Source is looking for acknowledgement, unconditional love. For you to give out more to others. It's not about the material. When you die, you ain't taking any shit with you. It's not about that. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than all of us. It's about spreading love to the whole world. It's about caring about one another. That's what it's about. You know, we sit here and we wonder, I gave this much money out. I gave this much money. Why? Why aren't I where I'm at? Why is it that everything is so hard? Why? What you put out is what you get back. And this is why I said it's a season to just cut off people. They're not for you. Keep it moving. There's no reason to be hanging in that relationship. For what? For what? Life is what you make it. And it starts by putting up your boundaries, getting rid of people that no longer serve you. It's about having fun. You know, as you go to these organizations on a Sunday, talk to God. Praise him. Don't just go there for the glitz, the glamour, the clothes, the shine, the bling blings, seeing who's there, who's not there. Realize what we are on this earth for, y'all. Earth is like a big old school, and we gotta learn lessons. We've been dumbed down to think otherwise, but it's more than just materialistic stuff. It's more than just living life day to day, going to work and paying bills. It's more than that. We gotta learn that we were put here to be in our purpose. A lot of y'all were sleeping for so long, and y'all up. Put it to use, y'all. We've been so angry, so mad, upset, jealousy, envy for no reason, not realizing why. Why? Why are we like that? Not realizing that there's other stuff better out there. That God didn't put us on this earth to be sitting here strained, stressed. We are all meant to love. We are all meant to be loved. Females, we were put here to procreate. We're not put around here to just sell our oats, as they say. We were put here for a reason. A lot of us went away from our purpose, and a lot of us don't even know we're here for a purpose. We are. We're here for a purpose. And until you do your purpose, you're going to be going around in this matrix over and over again like the Tasmanian devil. Not happy. Not understanding why nothing is going your way. Not realizing that it's not only you. You know, the world is designed. The world is designed to keep us back. And you got to fight against the grain. You got to fight against the grain and be like, I ain't doing that shit. Nah, they don't look right. I've been doing this for 2 years. This is not right. I need to find out what I need to do. That's when you need to call on the divine, infinite intelligence, and be like, yo, okay, we've been doing this for 2 years. I'm done with this. Show me. What am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose? How do I get to my purpose? Time to wake up. You know, we work so hard, the triple shifts, the double shifts, to get all this materialistic shit. But when you die, you can't take none of this with you. And it's so crazy because the family members are fighting over the house, fighting over your clothes, fighting over everything. And it's like, savages, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's okay to love Gucci, Fucci, Nike, and everything. It's okay. But we don't have to live and die by it. There's other things in the world that's going on that we need to pay attention to. We need to look on and realize that there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on in this world. And we need to pay attention to. You know, life is what you make it. I always say that. Everything's not peaches and cream. But you need to learn to appreciate and love yourself. Even though you're going down the wrong rabbit hole, every day is a different day. Every day you can start all over. Every day. Then nobody said you have to stay on that same page. Turn the damn page. Turn the chapter. Walk through that door. You got family members that you can't stand. Cut them off. You in a relationship that's not even a relationship. Why are you there? You got a job that you've been at 20 years and you sit there like, I'm tired of this. It's time, 2025, to realize the grass is greener on the other side. There's a rainbow with some pot of gold at the end of it. That you no longer have to be suppressed. You no longer have to go by what people are telling you. That you love yourself unconditionally and you know you're worth more. You know, everybody gets up and they thinking, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's not. At the end of the day, when you got to get to the gates of heaven, it's not how much money you gave away, how much money you made on this earth, how much Gucci, how much Fucci you had. It's nothing about that. When you go into the other side, yo, your heart is going to be weighed. And your heart got to be lighter than a feather. And that's not from buying all this shit, materialistic stuff, clout, It's not from being popular. It's not from being number one. It's from what kindness you have done. What you have done for others. Were you selfish? Were you thinking about yourself? What were you doing? There's more to life than just the glitz and the glamour. You know, we got China here telling you you could buy straight for them now. You don't need to go to the goddamn Gucci store. It should have been like that. Gucci, Fucci, Louis, they've been knocking us in the head, yo. The shit costs like $5 to make. And we paying $5,000 for what? For what? For the name. Don't get me wrong. I love certain items. But they have been knocking us up on the head, yo. And we going out there being broke, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to still look profile Diddy, like looking Sididdy. For what? For what? We're not designed. Like God always told me, I didn't make you to fit in. And I never fit in. They talking about everybody else was a circle, I was the square. In the beginning when I was younger, yeah, I was mad. I was like, damn, I want to be a part of the clan, part of the clique, part of the clout. As I got older, I was like, fuck it, I'm my own self. I like to look the way I look. I don't have time to be trying to look like everybody else. I don't have time to be looking for love in the wrong places. We too busy out there chasing everything. When you're in divine light, you don't have to chase nothing. The frequency level is so high, whatever you need comes right to you, regardless of who you are. The divine, the universe is going to send you what you need at that time that you need it. Most of y'all looking for love is not ready for love. Y'all don't even love yourselves. Like I said, y'all loving the animals, the cat, the dog, the bird. Y'all give them more love. Y'all using your 6 cents on the dogs, on the animals, not even your family or yourself. Like, what is that? You could decode the dog and see what the dog is sick, the dog needs something. Your husband's laying in bed for 2 days and you have not asked, are you good? But you waking up, busting your neck to go walk the dog. Like, what? We got it twisted. Our priorities are all messed up. We need to get our priorities straight, y'all. We do. Like I said, it's okay to love the animals. It's okay to be there. Be a humanitarian. Love animals and love everything. But we gotta not neglect others, including yourself. When was the last time you did a spa, a massage, meditation in the park? Do a walk. You know, I sit there and look at people that, they obese and they can't. Nah, you can do anything that you want to do. Put your mind to it. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to start by you taking that chance, that day by day, by you getting the way you got to get to. Make up your mind. And you don't have to go to the gym. Walk around the block. Go to the park. Early in the morning. Walk. Jog. Change your eating habits. Change your eating habits, yo. You know, be so much that we do, and we don't realize that we're neglecting ourselves. Love is the highest frequency there is in this world. And you are the only one that can start by giving it to yourself and being there for yourself. Once you master loving yourself, that's when you could get other relationships. When you don't love yourself, it's a whole lot. that you got to learn how to receive, how to put out. How you going to put out if you don't know how to give? And like I said, you can love the animals, but it's not the same. All that power that you put in, because we all have gifts, we all have powers. You have your sixth sense. You could sit there and know something wrong with the dog, or the dog ain't feeling right, or the dog is not even talking, but y'all understanding. Y'all should be doing that with your kids, your families, your loved ones, anyone in your life. You should be able to know something is wrong when something is wrong. And in 2025, we are all woken. We are all aware. Your intuition should be on point. You know, the divine has been talking to us for a long time. Long time. And we be the ones. We be the ones that's just sitting there like, why isn't he talking? He talking. Took some clues. It'd be clues that he be giving. Signals, signs. It's all over. Synchronicity. It's all over. We just don't realize what's really good. Good morning, everyone. I am the Red Oracle 1111. Talking about the shit that people don't talk about. You know. Why is it everything is going wrong? Why is it that the world is not what you want it to be? Why is it everybody pick this day to go to these places to worship? And it's like the only day everybody gets up to go. And they think by them doing that, they say they good. That's all they got to do. They know they're going to go to heaven. And it's not. It starts from within. It starts from who your character is. What you stand for. You know, we got to love one another. That's our main thing on this earth. Is to share the frequency of love. That's what the universe wants. That's the highest frequency there could be. And sometimes we neglect ourselves. We neglect our family. We put that love into celebrities, into priests, ministers, and not realizing we're not supposed to be worshiping anything that is not the divine. And when we start worshiping other stuff, you become a slave to it. Not realizing that you're underneath this. You know, these celebrities are good. Certain singers, rappers, they're fun, they're good. I call them artists. And I love their creativity. I love their work. But I'm not going to sit there and lose my mind over them. Worship the ground they walk on. Act like it's the end of the world. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. You know, they're just like us. When they cut, they bleed just like us. They have all the glitz, the glamour, but they still got problems. They're still alone. They're still trying to find real love. The divine said we are not supposed to be worshiping nothing outside of the divine. We could like it. Don't get me wrong, I love music. I love music. But I'm not going to sit there and, oh my God, I go to every concert. Why? To support. Show the love. That I appreciate their work. Like, it's just nice. Songs that they write, they sing, the way they collaborate. It's amazing. I love the Gucci bags, the Louis bags. But I'm not going to sit here and die and sweat for it. I treat myself every now and then to go get something. But I don't have to sit there and be all decked out all the time. No. There's a time and place for everything. We don't have to be in the glitz and glamour. That's not what the divine put us here for. Like I say, when you die, you can't take that little shit with you. You can't put the Gucci bag in the coffin and all of that. By the time you do all that shit, somebody at the funeral taking that shit. Please. One of the kids is going to grab that shit up like, what are y'all doing? I'm using this bag. It's time to appreciate one another. Love one another, y'all. Not be there just for the clout. Just for the profile and the styling. It's more to it than that. And we must love ourselves unconditionally, all the time. No matter what. Good morning, y'all. How we doing today? Is everybody loving the weather? I know y'all getting ready to go to church. I am just here saying have a blessed day. Remember, what's the reason for y'all to go to church? What today is. Give thanks and praise that God sent his son to die to forgive our sins. What's the real reason? We're not there for the glitz, the glamour, the clothes, the hair, the diamond. No. We're here to say thank you for forgiving our sins. Thank you for delivering us. Thank you for shining a light on me. Give praise for everything that you have, the good, the bad, what's coming. Miracles happen every day. Every day is a different day. And we should get praise for that. Every day is a day that we should be worshiping. We should be giving praise to God. Every day, not just one day out of the year, y'all. And that goes for Mother's Day, Father's Day. Every day should be a day of praise. Every day we should be happy. There should not be a day that go by that you're sitting there looking, wondering, hoping. There are so many people that's going through stuff that we don't even know. You can never judge a book by its cover. Just because they have the clothes on right, they have everything right, does not mean that everything is all peaches and cream. Good morning. I am the Red Oracle 1111. How are we doing today? How are we doing today? I hope y'all all getting up and ready to enjoy this lovely day. And like I was saying before, y'all, every month, take a day to have dinner with the family, with the kids, and leave all the electronics behind. There should be no phones, no tablets at the table. Have a conversation. Have a conversation. Find out what these kids are up to. Find out what your other half is up to. You know, I be sitting there looking at people. You sleep in the same bed with this man, your husband, your significant other, or your female girlfriends. And y'all don't have conversations. Y'all don't hug each other up in the morning. It's just routine after routine. Y'all yelling about you got to get in the bathroom and you taking too much in the bathroom. And what is that? It's time to talk to one another. Be there. Understand the frequency. Stop being angry. Stop being upset. Talk about it. Fix it. Talk to these kids. Let them know what life is about. It's not about this materialistic shit. There's more to life than what we know. than what it is, what they showing. It's more to life than that. You know, these kids are just going around thinking they with the clout and they got this, they got that. No. You know, I always taught my kids that you don't need all this fucking materialistic shit. It's not even, what's the point? You can have one item that's material and the rest could be from the 99-cent store. Nobody would ever know unless you tell them. My daughter used to hate, I used to go to JCPenney's because they had the nice clothes for the kids, the dresses, the ruffles, the velvet, Sears. And every time she would get dressed, somebody would be like, oh my God, that dress is so nice, this is so nice. Then I would go to Lord & Taylor. The shoes, the shiny shoes, the lace panties, pantyhose, the ruffles, the raincoats, the down coats. And people are like, how the hell you go to Lord & Taylor? Everybody have their semi-annual sale. That's the only time I step in those stores. Bergdorf Goodman, Gucci. And why I like them? The quality was different. Quality. But I didn't break my neck. That's the only thing I had to wear. You know, with the boys, with my son, it was like I couldn't put on the cheap stuff. I would go to Young World, get him some stuff, and holes in the pants, holes in everything. And I'm like, yo, fuck is going on here? So I started getting the Nautica and the Ralph Lauren's because they have patches on the knees and stuff like that. And those were like durable. Those are hand-me-down. They were hand-me-down clothes. The quality was amazing back then. You could have another son 2 or 3 years after, and the clothes still look good that you could still put those in back then. You could have another son 2 or 3 years after, and the clothes still look good that you could still put the Ralph Lauren Nautica on. So quality. You know, there's a reason to fashion. Fashion is amazing. There's so many different stuff. Is it cheap? It's not cheap. And even when you get to the Gucci, there's stuff that you don't even see in the stores. They got the stuff for the local people. They got the stuff. It's different grades. And like I said, it's all peaches and fun. It's good. But we don't have to live and die by it, y'all. We don't. You know, with the stimulus checks, everybody went out and got the whole damn store. And it was like, what the hell? What is going on here? You still in the hood. Like, what's going on? Priorities. We got baby showers. They doing baby showers in halls. Why? Going back to live in a mama basement. Why? Then they got the gender reveal in a hall. A hall is for a wedding. Why are we doing all of this? Then y'all gotta do your photo op with the Gucci Burberry on, with the baby matching. My daughter was coming home like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, she going to a baby shower. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of people getting married out here. Oh no, they not together, they broke up. I said, so what they having this big old saga for? My thing is, with these shits right here, y'all and doing hauls, no gifts. Put that shit straight to the bank account. Y'all renting out halls. I don't want no gifts. We need to school these young ones, yo. They in the wrong. Priorities is wrong. No, everybody does not need a house. But if you rented out a hall for a baby shower, you need a house to go to after you do this baby shower. Where you going to put all this shit at? It's like a banquet. Where you going to put all the gifts that you get? And you can't even put it nowhere because you in the basement. Hello, y'all. Priorities. We got to get our priorities together. Yes, we do. Yes. Then they told me they have another party when the baby's born. I'm like, that's 3 parties. And I'm looking at my daughter like, you going to go get some Jordans for the baby. Them Jordans are going to fit for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, tops. Babies don't stay the same size. Why? Baby don't even know what the fuck a Jordan is. Why? Why are you getting that? There's other things that's mostly more important than that. Baby was born healthy, 10 toes, 10 fingers. Praise God. A lot of people died during childbirth. Not a lot of people can carry kids. We should be giving praise for the child coming here, for you having a healthy pregnancy. Our families have been broken up purposely by the system. And nobody's talking about that. It's like y'all just living life like it's normal, and it's not. We need our man. We need our household. Man, the foundation of a family. You know, a lot of women say they can raise their kids. They don't need a man. Yes, you do need a man, especially if you have a son. It's not everything that you could teach a son. And it's not every man that know how to teach a son. And this day, this is what I call for God. To open up the portal. Open up the light for these men that have been doing ignorance and leaving their children behind. Chasing tail feathers. Chasing these things that don't mean nothing. Materialistic BBL chicks. What happened to our respect of each other? Dignity. What happened to the men that took care of the household? You know, back in the days, yeah, we had grandma, grandpa. It was funny because you hear the stories. They were married for 50, 60 years, but living in different sides of the house. Oh, he sleep in that room, I sleep in this room. But yeah, we still married. He do his shit, but he know to come home and he paying the bills. They still want to keep that marriage the way it is. And it's like everybody in the family knew. And it was just... But even though they went out there and did their dirt, they still took care of their family. Their main family. I ain't saying, oh, that's the life. But the principle was still there. Like they knew they still had to take care of that family. We got these men leaving their families behind and go and raise other people's family. Another female's family. Like what? That alone is a karma that goes down to your lineage, your kids. And then you wonder why is the family so fucked up? You looking at little Timmy like he's fucked up. I don't understand. And sometimes it's your ancestors that did some shit, or it's you. You did something, and that's why it's coming out on the kids. You think you got away with it and scot-free, and you, moving on. No. It goes to the kids. And this is what the world is going on right now. Everything is fucked up, and we wondering why is it fucked up? Because of us? Because of what we doing? Because of our ancestors? What we doing? 2025 is a time to change. Break all these goddamn curses. I break them up. We don't understand how serious this shit is. We don't understand how stuff is just crazy, yo. Life is what you make it. You got to be the one to make that change. You know, we sit here and we wonder why. Ask the universe why. It's going to show you signs, synchronicities. It's going to show you everything. Everything. You thinking that your other half is cheating. Everything. You thinking that your other half is cheating. You thinking that something is going on. You know, we have intuition. I call it divine intuition. That's your sixth sense. A lot of people don't realize that what you thinking and what you feeling, it's not fake. It's real. And when you think it and you're not sure, call on divine. He gonna give you that sign. He gonna let you know. And you're gonna be looking like this is deja vu. It's like I've seen this before or something. That's your sign, that's your red flag. You in a situation you have no idea how the fuck to get out of it. Call on the divine, y'all. Stop calling your friends. Stop calling your family members. Stop calling the pastor. Stop calling all these other people. Put your knees down or just sit there and talk to God. Let it out. And He's going to show you everything. And the only thing is, when He tell you to close that damn door, close the door. Don't let it back in. When God closed certain doors, it's a blessing, y'all. It's a blessing. People don't realize. You want to sit there and poo-hoo and the ha-ha. No. It's a reason why God closed that door. Leave it closed. Turn that page. Go to the next chapter. Go through the door. Take that leap. I believe that you can do it. I know you can do it. I have faith in you. Believe in the light, believe in the divine, and you will never go wrong. The truth will always set you free. No matter what you do, the truth is always going to set you free. Live in the light. Shine your light bright. Show love to your neighbors. Show love to the ancestors, y'all. We neglect our ancestors. We don't tell them thank you. You know, our ancestors are living through us every day. They are living through us. They are helping us break these damn curses that they have put upon the lineage. And most of the time, we're not listening. We're not understanding that this shit is deeper than all of us. That there's a reason why the world is so fucked up. There's a reason why so much is going on that we don't understand. Good morning. There's a reason why life is the way it is. And it's not going to stay like that. We could change it. We could always change it. It's never written in stone. But we got to take that first step. We got to move up. We got to make it what it is. We don't do that. Who going to do it for us? Who? Can't blame everybody else, because that's what we do. We go when we start blaming Tom, Dick, Harry, Becky, Sally, Judy. Take accountability. Look at the situation. Be like, yo, I think that this is my fault for this shit happening. Take accountability, y'all. And ask God, what can I do to fix this shit right here? What can I do? You know, I see couples that just can't stand each other, but y'all have these kids. Kids don't know nothing. They just know they have mom and dad, and they want it to be fixed. You got baby mamas out here holding the child as ransom. Well, you don't give this, then you can't see the child. You can't do this, you can't see the... Nah. You are fucking up the child's life forever. They need the other parent. They don't see everything that you see. All they know is that that's my dad, that's my mom. It shouldn't have to be about, oh, I can't stand her as I can't. That's nice. But come together so that y'all can share that love with the kid. You know, I hate these men that sit there. I hate that bitch. I hate this. So, but you laid down and fucked with her and leaked in her. And you made a child. You act like she raped you and it was against your will. Nah. Stop the bullshit. You would never call your mother a bitch or a hoe. You should not have to call your baby mama that. I know there is that 1% that she really is a bitch or a hoe. But you still laid down and impregnated her. And the child should not have to suffer at all. Should not. Children are blessings. They are never asked to be here. And it's our duty to steer them in the right way. And while you doing stuff like that, you fucking them up for life. We're supposed to be the ones showing them how to strive in this world. And now that we're seeing what's going on, we're not taking accountability of, damn, where did this come from? A lot of times we haven't been telling these kids no. We're trying to give them everything because we're trying to get them to forget what their reality is. What does a 5-year-old dude need an iPhone for? What? Why? Why does a 5-year-old need an iPad? Why? 5-year-old don't know what the fuck an iPad is. You can still get a tablet with the Samsung tablet. You can still get any other. Why do I have to have an iPhone? Why? And then they going online and they getting into stuff they ain't supposed to be getting into. What happened to the toys? What happened to the Game Boys, the little games? What happened to the educational toys? Thank you, Terry. You have a wonderful day, too. Have a happy Easter. What happened to the wonderful days, yo? You know, kids need to stay kids for a reason. They can't handle grown folk stuff. They can't. You see these young ones out here telling me, that's my boyfriend, that's this. What you know about a boyfriend or a girlfriend? What are you talking about? We need to get these grades up. What is it that you want to be in life? Has anybody asked their kids that? What do you want to be when you grow up? How do you get there? This is what you need to start doing now. It's nice outside, y'all. Where are the fathers that be tossing the footballs to their sons? Tossing the baseball, showing them how to pitch. Where are the fathers at? You know, back in the days, it's like the fathers used to work hard, but they always would try to find time to be with the kids. Like they knew it was their duty. Like when I was growing up, even though it was a Caribbean background, but you had no say-so when Sunday came. You getting dressed and you going to church. I don't care if you was in the fucking club from 12 last night to 1 or 2. That's your problem. Everybody get dressed and we going to church. Now you fall asleep in the pews or whatever, I don't give a fuck, but everybody's going to church. With us, Easter Sunday, we would go to church. And right after church, we going straight to Madison Square Garden to the Ringling Brothers, yo. Ringling Brothers and Barnum Circus. Every year we went to the circus. And I loved it. And it was like the norm. That when I had my kids, I'm like, we going to the circus. They was like, we don't like your circus. We want to go to the Big Apple. And I'm like, what's the Big Apple? Why y'all want to go to the Apple? I love my Ringling Brothers. I didn't care about the Big Apple Circus. I didn't care about the Soul Circus. I love Ringling Brothers because that's what I grew up with. So what we end up doing is going to both. So they kept saying it's boring. I said, you know what? We're going to go early one time to Ringling Brothers. And when you go early, you get to interact with all the animals. It was crazy because it was a baby elephant. And his name was Obama. Obama was the cutest thing. Gray. And you know how the baby chicks have that fuzzy fuzz? Obama was fuzzy. He was a baby elephant, but he was fuzzy. He was still big, but he was fuzzy. He was too cute. And you know what Obama was doing? He was painting. And they was auctioning off the paintings. That's at the end, somebody would get the free painting. And we sat there and we watched, and the kids was just looking like, yo, he's really painting. Like, what is this? And I was like, see? So then they gave him a loaf of bread to eat, and the kids was just watching him eat the whole loaf of bread. It was just crazy. Gave him apples. And that's what family is about. Kids, what they need is memories. Memories is everything, y'all. It molds you into who you are. It molds you to what you're going to do and what you're not going to do with your kids. That's what growing up is. Growing up is like, yeah, I don't like the way my mother did this. I'm going to do it this way. This works better than what my mother said. Oh, my mother did this. This is what we do. Growing up is realizing what avenues you going down, what streets you going down, which way you going, what way is up, what way is down, what you believe, what you don't believe, what you're going to stand for, what you don't stand for. That's what growing up is. That's what growing up is. And a lot of people don't realize people don't raise their kids like they were raised. Oh goodness, you got 12 kids? Congrats. My God. But a lot of people don't raise their kids the way they were raised. And I'm not saying, my thing is, we get mad about these parents. They did some fucked up shit and they did the best that they could have. That's how you look at it. They did the best that they could do. And that was your time. And that was your time. Your time is to shine and show what you like, what you want to do, how you're going to do it, how you're going to make this world a better place, how you're going to give back to the world, how you're going to show your kids what life is about. And what we went wrong on is everything that we didn't have, we made sure our kids had everything that we didn't need. They don't need nothing. And it backfired. Because now they're entitled to the fucking entitled of the entitled, yo. And when you say no, that's the problem. A lot of y'all not saying fucking no. Or y'all say no and y'all half-ass it and break in and like, okay, yeah, no. I was seeing Christmas lists that look like my fucking Christmas list. Like, what the fuck? It's like there's a thin line between everything. We set the tone. We let them know what it is and what it's not. That's how that goes. It's not the other way around. Like I said, they came out of my vagina. They came out of my vagina. What the fuck? How you ruling over me? There's only one boss in the fucking house. That's me. I laugh at people because they be asking the kids what the fuck they want to eat. In my household, whatever was made, that's what the fuck you ate. You didn't want that? Then I guess you're going home with you're going to sleep with your stomach hurting. It's not accommodating for these kids. Because in the world doesn't fucking accommodate for nothing. You take what you get and that's it. It's not going to mold and, such and such is coming, let's make it all nice. Nah, the world is not going to cater to you. So by y'all catering to these kids like this, when they get out to the real fucking world, they ain't going to be able to survive. And that's why the fuck they all coming back to live with you. Because you don't know how to say no. They not paying rent. They not paying bills. They not paying for shit. They eating your food and you wonder like, what the fuck? You're not laying down the rules. You're not doing the boundaries. You're not doing the restrictions. You're not telling them what the fuck is in and what's not. People get told, oh, but you can't. Yes, you can. How the fuck are they supposed to learn? How are they supposed to learn, yo? Then you get pissed off because they go move with the friend or the boyfriend and they paying rent, they paying everything. And they come to your house, they ain't doing shit. Priorities is wrong. Some of them come back after they have their kids and realize, I understand what you was trying to say. Some of them are just fucked up. And the kids are fucked up. And their kids are fucked up. And it's just trickling. That's generational curses, y'all. Let's stop that today. Put the boundaries up, yo. Who cares if they're going to sit there and fuss and da-da-da-da-da? Put the boundaries up. If we all do that shit, you're going to see how they change. It's not going to stay the same. You can't get change if you just sit there calling Aunt Sally, Aunt Becky, Aunt Mel. For what? Did you see what she did? It's your fucking child you talking about. It points all back to your ass. You did it. Don't get me wrong. There's some families that everything was good. You know, y'all did right, but they still turn out because they want to follow their peers. I get it. But majority of the time, it's because y'all didn't put your foot down. They changed the law that said we can't put foot in their asses. There's other ways. There's still punishments. There's still repercussions. There's still stuff. What happened to the days that when your mother looked at you, you knew you was in trouble. You didn't even want to go home. You were crying before you got home because you know when you got home, you was going to get that whooping. Then you had some parents, they start whooping your ass right there in the middle of the street. You knew. She gave you that look. It was like, oh, shit, I'm in trouble. You know, I always got the talk. Before we went to the grocery store, the mall, anything, we're going in there to get your shoes for Easter. I don't have enough money for anything else. And that's it. So there was no crying at the counter saying you want the chips, you want this, you want that, and you hate this, and I'm not your friend. What? I be seeing these kids tear up, calling their mothers a bitch, and I hate you, and what? And the only reason why they're tearing their asses up is because they're embarrassed. Knowing damn well you never touched that child when they get home. You never whooped their asses. That's why they're acting up like that. That's confirmation, yo. Child don't get a whoop ass just because they're embarrassing you. They should know automatically. My mother don't play that shit. I can't be acting up. Never. My son tried it. He was 4. We went to the 99-cent store. This nigga ran in the middle of the aisle, started convulsing. I said, what the fuck? Crying. Yo, I just left him right there, walked out the store. And nigga, he looked up, he looked at me, he ran. He said, Mommy, you left me. I said, you ever. And I was talking from the deep voice, like, you ever do that shit again, the police are going to have to come pick you up and find your parents. But you left me. I said, number one, if I tell you that you can't have something, you cannot have it. By you crying, dying, screaming, hauling ass, that's not going to make you get shit. That's going to make it that you will never get anything anytime we go outside. If I tell you you can't have nothing, it's okay, Mommy. All right. And the reason why I don't have it, I don't have the money, or you just don't need it. But you will never in your lifetime tell me or start crying and putting on a show thinking you're going to get something. And I'm telling him all this stuff. All he can say is like, you left me. That's all he remember. You left me. And I'm just looking at him like, well, he got it. Next time we went to the store and I said, we can't have it. First thing he said, you don't have the money. I said, no, I don't have the money for that. Can I get something that you have the money for? I said, okay, let me show you a selection over here. He picked one thing and that was it. And in his lifetime, I never had him sit there convulsing, screaming, telling me he hate me and all this. You know, you got these kids talking about I'm not your friend. I ain't your fucking friend. You came out of my vagina. You are my child. I don't need to be your friend. I am your mother. Respect that. You can sit there and pout and be like, I hate you and all of this. I still love you unconditionally. But you're going to learn today that that's not how you act. And I never had problems with my kids embarrassing me anywhere. Like I always say, crying is not a language. Only for the babies. Babies have different cries because they cannot talk. You are grown. You open up your mouth and you say what you want. And if I say no, you have to ask why. That's how you get communication. That's how we learn how to communicate. Not by screaming, pouting, dropping yourself on the floor. No. And what we do, we go buy the stuff for them to shut up. Nah, you're going to sit there and you're going to cry and look like an idiot. Ain't nobody going to sit there and, nah. We're not doing that. People get scared of what people are going to say. No. You must teach them that you don't cry and you whine for everything. This is why these grown men sitting here, they doing stuff to us and want to make us cry and, oh, baby, please, get that shit out of here. I don't play games. And this is how you grow up and start being crying for everything. Get the fuck out of here. Who are you crying for? A nigga left you, thank God. I guess it wasn't right. Don't get me wrong. We're going to get mad and stuff like that. But you ain't going to sit there and act like it's the end of the world that you want to offset yourself. Nah. Compose yourself, people. There are 8 billion people in this world. There's enough to go around for everybody. Like I used to tell my kids, love does not last forever. Sometimes it wears off, sometimes it doesn't. We go back to these great-grandparents and these great-grandparents that lived and they were together for 80, 90 years. Most of them, when you talk to them, yeah. We were married. We don't sleep in the same quarters. I sleep in this room. He sleeps in the basement. We get together for the kids and that's it. But it's still, this is how we do. But you are what you make it, yo. You are what you make it. That's how I feel. It is what you make it. There's no other way. If you are not happy in a relationship, in the marriage, and you know, I was there. 20-year plus relationship. Nigga never married me until I kicked him out. That's when he wanted to give me an engagement ring. Took the ring and was like, thank you. And get the fuck out. Get out. You know, they thinking a ring is oh my God, he's finally gonna, no. Try to want to just shut you up. Just like a kid. Shut you up. If the spark is not there, the flames is out, you could try to savage it. You could try to put it back. And if it's not there, it's not there. No one is perfect. No one said that you have to be married forever. But you know, we want to live up to this persona. It's just like the celebrities. They've been separated, divorced long time. When they finally telling us, they're like, damn, but they look so good. Nah, it's all a skit. Divorces don't come overnight, y'all. That shit been trickling. Static been there. Shit been there. Y'all act like the kids don't know shit. The kids see. They know. I was in that 20-plus relationship. I didn't leave till 15 years later? 15 years in. And the kids knew everything. When I left, that's when it was like, yo, yeah, because he was eating all the food, all my chips, and da-da-da-da. He wasn't paying for nothing. And I was like, y'all knew all of this shit? I tried to make it look like peaches and cream and everything was good and la-la-la. No. Kids can see through every goddamn thing. So stop trying to act like, oh, I'm staying there for the kids. I'm staying there for the... No, you're making it miserable for the kids. The whole thing is communication. We don't talk. Communicate. Especially like when y'all separate, explain to the kids. And stop giving negative about the other spouse. Don't talk negative. Things happen. Change ain't gonna come unless you make that change. Just remember that. Everything is not peaches and cream. No. But you make it what it is. And start by being who you are, showing up for yourself. That's how you do. Good morning, y'all. I am the Red Oracle, 1111. I speak about the shit that nobody talks about. I know y'all on your way to church on this Sunday, on this nice day. I am in New York. It's beautiful out here. Make sure you spend time with these kids. Spend time with the family. Talk. Put the phone down. Put the tablets down. Have a time with the family, you know. Enjoy one another. Love one another unconditionally. Be there. Be blessed. Highest frequency is love. Should always be in a high vibration. You know, people look at me and be like, the fuck is wrong? Always got to look at the good. Why am I going to look at the bad? To be in a bad aura. To be in the darkness. For what? You know, it could be worse. You think your story is bad and you look at other people's shit and you like, I'm good. I am guilty. Like, what? Life is what you make it. So if you're going to wake up and be angry with the world and depressed and not like this and not like that, then so be it. That's what's going to happen. But if you're going to love yourself unconditionally, pour that love that you have in yourself to others, it's going to surface around and it's going to be so much nicer. People don't understand that. The energy is you. Everything around you is energy. Whatever you put out, that's what you're going to pull in. And we should learn to circulate good energy at all times, no matter what. But I am the Red Oracle. I thank you so much for listening. I want y'all to have a blessed day. See you on the next live.